Well, I'm back, and I just discovered something that shocked me now. Well, this experiment has cost me dearly.
The Silver Dasher.
Morning. It's Thursday. I'm in my car, and it's raining outside. Wearing my regular dashing hat because I don't want the rain to ruin my Christmas hat. We're going to try something different today. After reading some comments, as of this recording, I read some of the comments. One gentleman says, it's like talking to a brick wall. And I do admit, I am hard-headed. So I'm going to try something different today, and probably tomorrow. Today, I'm only going to accept orders that are, the dollar is doubled in the mileage. 2, the order has to be over $4. 3, if it's over $10, I'm, and then the mileage is within the same amount, I probably will take it. And 4, all high paying, no matter how, I'm going to take all high paying jobs. Now, some of the exceptions are, if I'm on a trip and I get an extra order, I'll take that. Or if I'm sent out way far out and I'm picking up extra orders out there, I'll do that to help me come back, no matter what. If they're underwater or not, well, depends if they're real extreme. So we're going to try that today. So we're going to try the double dollar over the miles. So let's go ahead and get the app started. And I'll try to take picture of every, oh yes, I'm going to have to take a picture of my bag on my first order. So I will try to take a picture of every order I get. And I think currently my acceptance rate is like 87. I do know that if I get my acceptance down to like 71, I have to take every order. Because in my area, I have to have an acceptance rate of 70 or higher in order to stay platinum. And I like the convenience of platinum to be able to, without not having to schedule and dash anytime I want to and go to any zone I want to. So, well, let's see how that works. Well, as you know, I am starting a little late. I do know that. I'm about 20 minutes late to getting started. But it looks misty and wet outside. It's 62 degrees. Well, that's because it was inside the garage. But we'll see how the weather turns out. Now, it's to the point where it's getting warmer again for some reason. And they said that we're going to be in the 60s during Christmas. So there's no white Christmas this year for Alabama. Or most of Alabama. So anyhow, well, let's head over to base of operations. I think I'm going to go to Jack's as my base of operations. So let's see what happens. See you in a little bit. Well, after waiting for about 15 minutes, finally got first order. I'm going to Starbucks. I'm sitting here in the Jack's parking lot, but it follows the rule. It's we're pretty close to it. Almost $6, like $5.92 for 2.9 miles. So I'll take that. So let's get this show on the road. So on to Starbucks and then the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, I just dropped off that Starbucks order, and sure enough, I knew when I usually get a Starbucks order this morning, and I recognize the name, it's to the nurses in the emergency room. I think this is like the 6th or 7th time I've done this for them, which is fine. So yeah, I think things may be going to be a little slow today. It's misty and rainy. According to the app, estimated wait time now is 4 to 14 minutes. I was like, geez. I think I was a little spoiled on Tuesday. You know, I was getting offered, boom, boom, boom. Of course, I wasn't doing the experiment back then, but I made over $50 on a breakfast dash. That's really, really good. So anyway, heading back to base right now. Things are, according to, actually, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to head back to Starbucks, because according to the app, that area is a hot zone. Nothing else is hot. In fact, nothing's showing up. So yeah, this is going to be interesting, especially that I'm doing the experiment. So anyway, I'm going to head back to Starbucks and wait for an order there. So see you in a little bit. Well, I'm still heading towards Starbucks, but an offer did come up. It was to the liquor store, but it was like $3.50. Let's see, what does it look like? What was the offer? Yeah, $3.56 for 8.4 miles. I declined it. Yeah, I've been declining a lot of those. And the strange thing, a lot of the liquor, there's only one liquor store in the area that does Doordash. And lately, a lot of the orders from them are like that, Heck, there was one that was like $7 for 21 miles. I said, no way. So anyway, still heading to Starbucks and wait for an offer there. So see you in a little bit. What a horrible morning. It's 8:30 now. I've been waiting for over an hour since I canceled that or declined that liquor. Haven't gotten an order. So I finally picked one up at Starbucks. I broke one of my rules, but one of them is $3 for a mile. This is the only second delivery I've done today, and my dash ends in 30 minutes. Horrible. So in the Starbucks I go. See you in a little bit.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Brandon?
Well, I dropped off that Starbucks. It's only neighborhood. Been to many times before. It's only a mile away. But good Lord, what a horrible dash. It was only my second offer today, well, delivery, and I got 15 minutes left of my dash. I usually get 4 or 5 in the morning, but I've only had 3, and one I canceled because that was that stupid liquor offer from a little over $3 for 8 miles, whatever. It was stupid, even in my standards. So this little experiment, it's not getting off a good start. That second offer already broke one of my rules. It had been greater than $4. Well, when you only had 2 offers in an hour, one offer in an hour, at least it was double the mileage. I mean, double the dollar amount than the mileage. Wow. So 15 minutes left. This ain't gonna look good. Hopefully the thing will pick up for lunch. I don't know why it's this way, unless it is. I think the kids are out of school now getting for Christmas, or some of the schools are. I think most of them. So maybe now that the kids are out, parents are home, or working from home or something like that. Anyway, this sure is a night and day from the last breakfast dash 2 days ago, where I made over $50, and it was bam, bam, bam. I was accepting, every decent order there was. Today, nothing. So anyway, well, I'm gonna go back to Starbucks for at least another 15 minutes to see what happens. So see you in a little bit. Well, just like that, dash is over. Horrible. Two orders out of 4. Right before my dash ended, I was offered a McDonald's order for $8 for over, let's see exactly what it was. I declined it. You'd be happy to hear that. Yeah, $8.44 for 10.5 miles, and it would have taken me way up in the middle of nowhere. I said no, not 2 minutes before, and it would take me 40 minutes to get back home. I said no. So this morning dash was a bust with a new experiment, except the 2 offers I did take, both Starbucks. The dollar amount was double the mileage, but yeah. So I'm going to head home, give you a brief summary of a horrible day, horrible morning. Hopefully lunch will be a lot better. And so going to take a break, have some lunch, and see if we can start off this experiment again with better results. So see you in a little bit. Well, I'm back. What a horrible morning. Compared to, wow. To give you some idea, I made, on Tuesday, I made $52.92. Today, I made $8.92. I took 2 offers, 2 deliveries out of 4. Both of them were Starbucks. Total dash time is 2 hours and 9 minutes. So, yeah, that was bad. So, going to take a break, go and have lunch, and hopefully the lunch dash will be way better than the breakfast dash. So, see you in a little bit. Well, welcome back. Got my Christmas hat back on because it's not raining. Boy, what a horrible breakfast dash. So let's start a lunch dash. Hopefully we get better results. Start the app. All right, we're going to try to do the same rules as before. Dollars double the mileage, except every high-paying offer. If it's over $10 and it's still, at least a mile $1, I'll probably still take those. But my one rule, take no offer no higher than it's got to be at least $4. Well, I broke that this morning because I've been waiting for so long. I took a $3 order for 1 mile, but it still passed the first one. So anyhow, yeah, it's actually warmed up a little bit. It's actually 60 degrees. Can you believe that? So for lunch, I'm going to head over for base, which is I'm going to go over to Cracker Barrel. And according to map, that's hot zone right now. So yeah, this is it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, this is warm front's coming in. Like I said, for Christmas, there's not gonna be a white Christmas for Alabama. Hardly ever is. So anyway, on to base at Cracker Barrel and wait for an offer. Hopefully we get one soon. See you in a little bit. Oh, I finally got an order that follows the rules. I got a Subway order for about $6 for 1 mile. I had rejected already 2 orders before that. One was a Zaxby order for $4.50 for 4.5 miles. There was one before that. So yeah, let's see what happens. So, and the Subway I'm going to is the one that's located at the Walmart, which is right across, was where Cracker Barrel's right across the street from. So, well, as soon as I find a parking spot, I'm going in the Subway and get the order. So, see you in a little bit. Well, I just delivered that Subway order. That was a strange encounter. Well, first of all, the Subway's inside Walmart. Then Doordash wanted to know if they're going to be open Christmas Day, and if I get the answer, I get $1. Well, asked them and said, no, we're not, because they're inside the Walmart. Walmart's closed, so they're closed. So I got $1 for that. So I just finished the dropping off at my favorite place, the Veterans Home, and then again an offer from Burger King for $9.60 for over 13 miles. I said, so I declined it. It's got to be over $10. It's got to be over $10 before I consider, if it's within limits. But this is like the fourth offer I declined today. It's painful. So, my acceptance rate is down to 83. Now, like I said, if I get down to 71, I got to start accepting every order in order to maintain my platinum status. So, whew, man, this is an awkward day. Very awkward. Tuesday, the last time I dashed was on Tuesday. It was great. I was volume, back orders. I made close to $120 that day. Today, I've barely got $10. Feast or famine, feast or famine. So, anyhow, disappointing day. It's got to get better. It's got to get better than this. So, anyhow, I think I'm going to switch up my base of operation. I'm not going to Cracker Barrel. I think I'm going to go to Jack's. It's a little bit more central to the gauntlet. Hopefully I can get a little closer to some of the restaurants down there and still be within range of the restaurants up here. So, on the Jack's base, and then hopefully get an order real soon. So, see you in a little bit. Well, just as I signed off, unfortunately I did not take a picture of it, but I had a Buffalo Wild Wings offer for like $9, but it was for over 13 miles. I didn't take that. But I just picked up a McDonald's for $4.50 for, I think it's 2 miles. So that's 2 miles. So that's within the rules that I'm following today. So on to McDonald's and then to the customer. See you in a little bit.
Excuse me a little bit.
Well, I just delivered a McDonald's order, and instead of going back to Jackson, I think I'm going to go back to Cracker Barrel, because Cracker Barrel now is one big hot zone. But yeah, my acceptance rate is dropping like a rock. I had several offers, but I've been declining every one of them. Of all the ones I've been offered, I've only accepted 2, because they're within the rules that I'm following today. This is gonna be an interesting day. This morning was horrible. I think that was the worst breakfast dash I've ever had. Only 4 offers total. 2 I accepted, and they were both Starbucks. And those happened to be, double the dollars over the miles. But that last one was $3 for 1 mile, and they kind of didn't follow my rule for at least over $4. But when you're 20 minutes left in the dash, and that was the only offer you got, so I took it. And then right before my dash was over, there was a McDonald's offer. I don't know if I took a picture of the offer or not, but it was like $8 or $9, but it was 14 miles, and it was like sitting me way up north. And so it would take me, 20 minutes to get there and 20 minutes to get back, and that was like 2 minutes before my destination. No, get home, have lunch, start this day over again. So it's kind of a dreary day. It's not raining anymore, but it's just everything's wet. It's like, oh, what we got here? Take a screenshot. Okay, I'm going to take that one. That's one of my exceptions. It's over $10. It's like $13.79 for not just a little over 9 miles. So that's not double, but it is dollar over mileage. And I said I would take anything that's over $10. That within reason. If it's like, I'm not going to take a $10 item for 20 miles. No, I'm not doing that. But this one was the dollar amount was over the miles, and today has been I'm gonna be honest. Some recent issues have come up in our family, and we need the money. So anyway, that was a Huddle House pickup. So that's just right down the street. So I'm heading to Huddle House and then the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, I just delivered at Huddle House to a campsite, RV park. The thing is, I've been by this park many, many, many times. It's near the Honda plant. I was curious, what's like that? Well, now I know. The customer's instructions were very specific and very helpful. Because she kept saying, the other drivers, their GPS put them in way on the other side. No, but my GPS, Google Maps, told me I'm here. And sure enough, there's the description of her trailer and other equipment she had outside. So, and just as I finished that, I was offered a McDonald's order here. But look at that! Wow, that customer in the Huddle House gave me a $5 tip. Wow, that made my day. Boy, that really brings that offer out here really good. But no, I had another McDonald's order, but it's the McDonald's further down that way for, let's see, well, come on, here we go. What was the details? It was pretty bad. $6 for 8 miles, but I had to drive down the next exit down on the interstate. I said, nah. I had mentioned that if an order was within the area I was in, well, that's not quite the area it's the next town over. No, not like I was in Odenville the other day, and I just happened to pick up not necessarily fast food places, but small little restaurants around that area and gas stations. But it was all within 3-4 miles, and so I took those offers. So no. So I'm heading back to base. Let's see here. Yeah, there's no way I was going to take that. So I think probably still, it depends on the zone. When I get closer to see if the Cracker Barrel is still of a hot zone. It was right before I took this Huddle House order. And that $5 tip really made my day. And as I was getting in the car, she came out and she waved at me. Of course, with the trailer, you have to remember, here's a tidbit for any new driver. You would think this is common sense. In fact, here's the tip. When you deliver your food, look at the door, in this case the trailer, and see how it opens. In this case, all there was just some steps going up to the door, and the door swings out. So if you were to put the food on the top step, customer opens the door, it's going to knock all the food down. So always put the food where when the customer opens the door, it does not knock over the food. I know that you would think that's common sense, but you'd be surprised. I had one customer, if y'all remember, it's about a few videos back, that he would give you a 1-star rating if you somehow put the food in front of their screen door where he couldn't get out without knocking the food over. And I'm going to be honest with you, that makes perfect sense, because I would be pretty upset too if I can't get out because I knock over my food. So look, houses are easy. All house doors, if they don't have a screen door, all house doors open inward. Now, a lot of houses have screen doors, so look at that. So I always put it to the side and take a picture, so when the customer in, it's right there. And I try to, in this case, I didn't want to put the food on the bottom step, or because it's you got to remember, it's hard for the customer to come down the steps. So they had a cooler right near the steps, so I set it on top of the cooler, and it was really easy. So maybe that's why I got the $5 tip, because I would consider it in delivering the food. You never know. So that's a good tip. Always look where you're going to place your food. Place it close to the door so the customer can get it without knocking the food over. So anyhow, so I'm going to head back to base. I don't know which base I'm going to go to. I don't know if it's Cracker Barrel or Jack's, depending on what the hot zone, the red area around around the specific spots. So heading back to the zone, and hopefully we can get another order. See you in a little bit. Well, my acceptance rate is really going down bad. I was at 87, now I'm at 77. I declined several offers since the last time checked in. The last one was ridiculous. Let's see here. Yeah, Subway offer. $5.36. 16.1 miles. Oh no, I'm not that. Even when I was hard-headed and turned on, I wouldn't take that one. So anyway, I got a McDonald's order that's $11 for 4 miles, but I have to go to 2 stores. So I took it. So I'm going to McDonald's first, and I think I'll go to another store, and then it's probably a customer order from 2 different stores and then deliver. So we'll see how this works out. So see you in a little bit. Well, that McDonald's order was a double customer pickup at McDonald's and then deliver. And I'm going to be honest, this was one of the most unique for both customers, one of the most unique places to deliver. I've now been in an area of the city that I've never been before. There's a neighborhood out, actually south of where I live. Now the first place is right on one of the major roads through the city, but they're off to the side and they're totally private fenced in. They have a gate, and I was given the gate code. I don't know if that's to me it almost looked like a nursing home almost. They took a house and turned it up because it's gated, and then nosy me, but you can't help it. You see in the window, lots of medicines and it's a pretty big open yard, and they got a huge parking area. That's why I think it's not a home, but like a maybe a nursing home or something like that. Somebody takes care of somebody, because there are cameras everywhere. There were cameras everywhere. Who knows? Maybe it's a Howard Hughes guy, a recluse, and I was delivering food to one of the nurses or something like that. So then the next customer, just a little bit further away, into a neighborhood that it's out in the middle of the woods, but it's a very nice neighborhood. In fact, they have you can tell it's an older neighborhood. A lot of houses, I think, were built either in the mid 70s or late 80s, but it's heavily wooded, and there's random houses. You know, it's not a planned community, but it all surrounds this small little lake. But this customer, they're right on the end of the street, and they got a huge compound. It was a young teenage boy come out, and his mom ordered the food for them. Him and his friend, they're out. You know, of course, the kids are out of school now. And I said, "Man, you got a nice place. It's huge." And says, "I have business." He said, "No, my dad works on trucks." And so that's his dad's play area. You know, because the app made me come to the back end of the so-called compound of the house, where there was, you know, trucks and, you know, garages and stuff like that. But there was concrete walkway and all that to go to the house. But I said, wait a minute. According to map, I can just go make a full circle and come into the driveway. And that's what I did. He was trying to wave me down, but I didn't see him. But I finally got there. I told him, tell his mother, I finally figured out how to get there. So yeah, kids are out of school. Maybe Doordash will pick up for lunch. You know, McDonald's. All the kids are home, but you know, kids are home, but the parents are still having to work. So anyhow, so that was a $11 order for 4 miles. So that followed the rules. Yeah. So now I'm going to make my way back to base. I think I'm going to still make base Jack's. Jack's is still one of the, or near the McDonald's is still one of the hot zones. So we will see what happens as I get closer. So hopefully I pick up another order, but my acceptance rate is in the toilet. But I do have to keep it above 71 or higher in order to maintain platinum status. I do know that. So if it gets down that low, I'm going to have to start, you know, taking some orders to bring it back up again. So anyhow, well, on to base, hopefully pick up an order, and hopefully I don't have to wait too long. So see you in a little bit. Well, just pulled into Jack's and I declined a Sonic that was just like let's see, it was, boy, how many I've declined. It was $3.56 for 2.4 miles, and that's a no. Yeah, that's not even not over the $4. But the next one is a Chick-fil-A, and I took it because I told you on one exception it was over $10 for just over 12 miles. And the reason I took it is because it's going to take me toward, you know, make me go on the return trip will make me go through the gauntlet. So it is over $10, just slightly, you know, it's slightly underwater for the 1 mile. And I told you that was going to be an exception. I'm going to take that because I'm going to be honest, folks. Like I mentioned before, we've something recent happened and that we're going to need the money. So anyhow, so on the Chick-fil-A and then the customer. I'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah, if we need to take
Well, I just delivered that Chick-fil-A order, and I'm now south of the city, so I'll be getting into the Gauntlet here real soon. But I'm out here in the country. The house I delivered to, very nice house, but right next to a pasture, and there were a bunch of cows, and it's been, it's warm. It's actually 64 degrees, but wet, and you can smell the wet manure out here. But that's what it is out here in the country. So yeah. So anyway, I'm slightly out of zone. I've got just over an hour left in the dash, my planned dash. So yeah. So anyway, let's there's this is all farmland or pasture land, I should say. I don't think any of this is farmland. So I think it's just mainly for cattle or horses. I see a barn. I see a horse over there. In fact, that's a nice little area they got over there. They got, I think that mainly for horses. They got a nice paddock for hay and stuff like that. And then of course over here I see some houses, and it looks like the farm is or pasture a little bit run down, but still overall, it's very nice. We're out here in the country, and then it's the rolling hills out here, next to the lake country. So, but getting ready to approach the main road that goes back into the city, and we're going to do the Gauntlet. So let's see if the Gauntlet wins or not. Well, let's take that back. Let's see if I win with a good order under the new rules today. So chances that the Gauntlet wins are pretty high. So anyway, let's find out, shall we? See you in a little bit. Well, my dash is almost over. It's got 15 minutes left. I got several more offers that I declined. So I finally picked up a shopping one for $8.92 for 3.3 miles. It's a shopping to 5 and below. So, and it's starting to rain, so I'm gonna switch to my white hat while I'm outside. Don't want to get my little fluffies all wet. So, I was kind of curious what kind of stuff they want. Oh, hopefully they have this stuff. So, anyway, if not, I get the customer to help me. The employee to help me. So, off to 5 and below, and see you in a little bit. Excuse me. Let me get off the damn phone. Well, I just dropped off that 5 and below order. I've needed help from the employees because their stuff is just, they have, a general area, but whatever that is it's just everywhere. I was able to find 2 items, right, but I needed help. So I got an employee to help me. Unfortunately, one of the items that the customer wanted was not available, but the substitution was there, so I took that. So, but I delivered it to a repeat customer. The last time I came over to this place, it's over there in the public housing area in the city, but they're not. Their houses are nice. They're duplexes, very well kept. I remember this is a repeat customer because the lady, she has she has nice outdoor furniture in the front porch, but she's got these like a table, but it's for plants, and she's got cacti all over that, and I remember that. So yeah, a new repeat customer. The last time I was there, I brought her. It was from Dollar General. I remember that because I had to get ice for her. I remember that distinctly. But yeah, well, that's it for today. Yeah, the lunch dash was okay, way better than the breakfast. But oh my God, my acceptance rate is in the toilet. Oh man, I was like 87%. Now I'm like 75. So it's yeah, I have to. I'm gonna have to start accepting some bad orders to get that acceptance rate coming up pretty soon. So anyhow, well, when I get home, I'll give a summary. Like I said, this experiment, but oh my God, I was, a lot of those offers I would have taken if it was normally under my normal circumstance, because some were just, barely, a dollar over a mile, that type of thing. But some, holy moly, some I would not have taken even under my hard-headedness. Like a Subway order for like $6 for 16 miles? No. So anyway, we'll recap. You'll see when this video finally comes out, you'll see all the captured. I think I missed a couple, but I mentioned in the video that I missed it. But yeah, it is strange. If my breakfast dash hadn't been so bad, this would have been a decent day. As far as the lunch, it was pretty decent. But boy, it shredded my acceptance rate. In the future, the day may be a little different when I have to rebuild my acceptance rate. And the reason I like to keep Platinum is because Platinum gives me the choice to not having to schedule. I can just start a dash whenever, so I'm not obligated to set up a schedule. A little more flexibility on my part. So anyway, need to make a quick run at Walmart of all things. I'm not sparking. Then I'll go home and give a summary of the day. So see you in a little bit. Well, I'm back, and I just discovered something that shocked me now. Well, this experiment has cost me dearly. My acceptance rate is down to 75, which is forced the overall dasher rating, which has now been implemented by the point system. So I have 85 points, which is right at the bottom edge of Platinum. And also this new on-time rating has really been hurting me. Lately I've always been on time and all that, but now every order that I've done today, I was late by a minute or two. And so that hurts me too. Yeah, so the only one that I was on time with was the Huddle House. Everything else I was late. Yeah, I've disputed some other ones, but I've already. Let's see if I can dispute one real quick. Won't accept it because I don't have enough. I didn't have enough completions. So I'm in danger of losing my Platinum status. So for today, though, this morning was horrible. But the earnings for today, I made $59.84. I declined like 10 offers. I was at 85%, and I'm down to 75%. So yeah, this experiment has cost me dearly. So anyhow, well, that's tough, especially when now with this new rating system, and and the acceptance rate and all that, the DoorDash has really gotten tightening up on this. Because I'm going to be honest, I like the platinum selection because especially when I get VIP support, I can get in support right away. And not only that, if you know, I can log on at any time and dash at any time, and I don't have to schedule anymore. So yeah, this is going to be a difficult situation. So anyhow, other than this morning, this afternoon was, you know, strange. But yeah, I declined a lot of offers. Some are really bad. I would have declined them anyway. So anyway, I'm going to call it an evening. I'm going to DoorDash tomorrow. I'm not going to follow this experiment. I'm going to stay closer to $1 a mile. Get the acceptance rate back up. Because the on-time thing is killing me. No matter what, I was late by a minute on every one of those things. Even though I sit in there and wait, you know, I tell them, hey, I'm waiting on there. They're still killing me on the wait time. I think that's going to kill DoorDash. So, anyhow, if you like this video, sorry for the doom and gloom on this, but if you like this video, please select like. And if you enjoy what I'm doing with the channel, I urge you to subscribe to the channel to see the further adventures and misadventures of my DoorDashing career. So anyway, we're going to call it evening, and we'll see you later.